This time on Ostentatious, it's time to start putting things on the Blazer, and well, for the ride, we need to mount up. Yeah, like that thing's got a lot of horsepower. One of the things I've noticed a lot of people leave out when they update their motor or just build a motor, whatever they do. On an older vehicle, motor mounts, if y'all see here, these have rubber in them. Okay, this centerpiece is like a rubber, silicone, something like that. Whatever it is, it wears out. When it does, well, the motor starts vibrating around. And if it does that, it can cause all kinds of things. It can cause damage, it can cause vibrations, may even cause you to have an accident if something comes loose. So what I want to do today is we're going to go out to the Blazer and we are going to give you guys a detailed view of how to change the motor mounts on an S10. I've seen a ton of the videos out there where they do this. However, usually they say, oh, here's the motor mounts, and oh, look at that, it's done. And they just say, we're actually going to show you what we're doing, and we're going to do it on film. That way you guys have the best idea of how to get this job done. Well, I was going to show you guys how to do one style of these, but when I got out here, turns out most of the videos I've been watching are the Iron Duke 2.5. And let me show you what I got here. Basically what I have is the 2.8/4.3, so this should make my job go a little bit easier. The reason I say that is if I had a 2.5, I'd have to go up into the spring pockets. So being that I don't have the 2.5, looks like this job is going to be a whole lot easier. Now, I don't think I can get you in to show you that. Right up in there, there's some squares, and I don't know if those squares are going to be some kind of washer or if they're built into the bottom brackets. But if you notice, the bottom of these brackets is welded on, so that should make this easier. We should just have to take these 1, 2, 3 bolts out, and that should be it. So this socket, it fits it perfect, and it is a metric. So this is a 15, which I've used to take half this truck apart with. Wow, those weren't even tight. I can definitely tell you all from just being able to feel under here, the square pieces are not moving, so they are welded in. There we go. There's number one. Into this rubber right here. I'm having a really hard time getting this in here. Now, when I go back on, I'm not going to be able to do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of torch this. Fire! Fire! And melt out some of that rubber. When I go back on, I'll just have to do it with an open end. Alright, I kind of had to skip over that. What I did is I heated it up and I just took this screwdriver and I just shoved it back in there. Let's see if we get this in here now. We're pretty close. Yep, we're on it. Alright, let's get this out. Alright, so as you saw, I had to cut a little bit more out of there with the torch and screwdriver, so we're gonna get the rest of the way out here. Perfect fit. Alright, so that's 2 down. Guys, I'm going to do the back one the same way I did the front, so let's go ahead and get that out, and I'll come back to you guys. Alright, we got all 3 bolts off, so let's try to, well, never mind. Alright, so I'm trying to be a little bit more responsible and a little bit more organized. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these bolts back in. I ordered a set. It was supposed to be the half that goes on the engine and the half that goes on the frame, but yeah, that didn't work out. I got the half that goes on the engine, so I'll have to order the other 2, wait till they come back in and clamp them on, because it's the same exact process in reverse, except don't use a torch, okay? Just get your open-ended wrench out, have some patience, and put it back in there. Also, make sure while you're in there you touch up with something that may eat that rust in there, or neutralize it and spray over it. Obviously, I'm not using Pour 15. We'll go over it with some Rust-Oleum rust converter, and we'll also go over it with some of the Rust-Oleum paint that I have, because, well, y'all saw that was nice and shiny when I put it on. It ain't nice and shiny anymore. It's flat. And it was gloss that I bought. Never again. Always Rust-Oleum from here on out. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching Ostentatious. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, share it with your friends. Guys, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to do the Iron Duke style. I promise you, down the road, if I do get an Iron Duke S10 or get the opportunity to work on one, we will show you guys how to go in through the spring pockets and do that style. But have yourselves a great week. We'll see you next time.